And finally tonight here, it was 10 years ago this week. We were asking so many questions right here on this broadcast. What would Y2K bring? A computer meltdown? Well, quite the opposite. Tonight, our People of the Decade continues with the inventions and some misguided intentions that changed us. This was World News 10 years ago tonight.
World News tonight, this Thursday, counting the hours to the next millennium.
1999, and we were about to mark the new millennium.
Happy 2000!
Happy New Year to you all across the country.
So many Americans, us included, wondered, were our computers going to crash? Would our banking system collapse? Y2K was fine. It was human error, greed, that would bring business and banking down. The first, Enron. Workers stunned.
How it failed this fast, this far, it's unbelievable. Just
CEO Kenneth Lay, with a salary of $50 million at one point, convicted. Facing 20 to 30 years in prison, he died on vacation before he was sentenced. But there were also the companies making their mark in a different way. There was Apple. At the start of the decade, iPods were still just a twinkle in Steve Jobs' eye, but not for long.
Having an iPod just allows you to sort of, walk to your own beat.
iTunes began that same year, changing an industry. A decade ago, TV producers were still saying, roll the tape. Today, you can roll it yourself. Any video you can think of on YouTube. Where else could you find Saudi dancers grooving to Michael Jackson? And while we all didn't post our own videos, many of us sure did post about ourselves. MySpace, then Facebook. I'm gonna Facebook, she's a real... Mark Zuckerberg came up with the idea while at Harvard, first for students, now more than 350 million users. Friends and family chronicling daily life and loss. There were so many jobs lost with the economic crisis.
Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. Good evening, everyone.
Lehman Brothers, AIG, the auto bailout.
We have run out of capital.
All of it beginning with terms that quickly became part of the American conversation. Toxic assets, those subprime mortgages, risky loans made available to people who couldn't afford them. The housing market collapsed. How many homes in this subdivision are for sale right now?
3 here and 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 3 or 4 different homes for sale.
What do you have to say for yourself? What do you have to say to the public?
And then, of course, there was Bernie Madoff.
I had my life savings with Madoff.
Americans vented online and to each other using all kinds of technology. And just in time, Twitter. Instant messages, tweets you can send out to people following you, only 140 characters long. And if you wanted to see the person rather than simply text or tweet them, you could simply Skype them.
Where's the Skype for you?
Originally called Sky Peer-to-Peer, abbreviated to Skype. And at the end of the decade, it seemed to come back to Apple. iPod, iTunes, and now the iPhone. Technology that defined a decade. And that is the broadcast for tonight. I'm David Muir. For Diane Sawyer and all of us here at ABC News, thank you for watching. And in the spirit of it all, we thought we would Skype to Times Square on the eve of the famous ball drop. See you tomorrow night.